long it is taking to load this. The Colonel Sanders residence. I think that could be interesting to play around with, game-wise.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
No.
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
Oh, shit.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Oh, it's
Well,
Cat.
well, look who's here.
Why is this all jumpy?
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
Well, why are you freaking out?
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
Sarah Hawkins' father.
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker.
Why are you moonwalking
This
out?
way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
See red walls in disarray. Pictures.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned.
It's probably for the
You,
best.
on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
He died screaming red.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course.
This will affect
Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a
He was
reputed
attacked by
institute?
an invisible creature.
And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
Oh, computer. What are you doing? Was the true culprit Fuller, though? To my knowledge, Fuller was just making fucking new body parts for people and reanimating them. I don't know if he really did that.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way.
He's probably jumping for joy.
But I only
Nobody's
wanted
trying to
what was
question
best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Well, I guess in case I talk to her more? 4 CP. So I need 6 CP for the next one. 6. I think I need 6 in all of these. Yeah. Look at those games. Mental trauma. Macabre discovery. I wasn't sure if I was only gonna get one question from her, so I made the most out of it. Okay. The case. What is this?
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madame, I acknowledge the receipt of a letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I'm sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you at the moment of his interment. You signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my fullest condolences. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Fuller. What do we have here? This is obviously a puzzle of some sort.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Whoa, game, you're freaking the fuck out. Look, his wife's still like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
We could talk about the arcane together and shit. Summon some demons. Bayaki. Ooh, what's this?
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Probably the actual Shambler himself.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Probably.
She first refused to sell the painting, How did that make her feel?
Maybe she thought she could get rid of the fucking thing.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
Are you sure? Ah! Ow, that hurt me? Oh my god. Oh, he ripped out his eyes.
A shambler. I need to see it.
Ah, medicine. A hiding closet? That's probably not good. Combination I haven't tried yet. Ooh.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
The fuck? Art and mysticism. Forgotten ones. Forgotten Objects is a collection written by Francis Sanders. Catalogs and categorizes objects from all ages and origins that are linked to occult or mystical practices. It is opened to the page of a dagger that bears a symbol of unknown. It is the Elder Sign. Occultism progression. Almost level 4. Kind of wine are you drinking, Mrs. Sanders? What's on the gramophone? Let me play it. Some coins. Sphinx? Is that what that is? No, it's a... Dead cow? What is that? Oh, rocks. Left your lights on. What's this? Locked. I might have to restart my computer. This is... It's being weird, like the loading and shit.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Okay. Hey, look, it's old H.P. Lovecraft himself. Is that it? What the fuck was that? Is that impending doom that she's gonna be killed?
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. It's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids. Each
Oh,
time
that's
I
how
shut
you
my
figure out
eyes.
the piano noise. Okay.
I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
You wanna talk about it?
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. It's inside
Locked.
my head.
Everything's
I
fucking
see
locked.
him behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes.
Oh, the wallpaper's tearing.
Anymore. I can't hold him back.
Cat.
I could
Sleep-
use one of those.
Sarah's house. They prescribed the Francis. That's not good. We all have sleeping problems together.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Amerindian. Occultism. Level 4 occultism. Yes.
Strange.
I beg to give you
For
up
months, Sarah
hope
Hawkins
of owning
refused
this
to
accursed
part
painting.
with her painting.
If our friendship has
To
any meaning to
finally
you, please
give it
spare
away
me the
for
weight
nothing.
of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. What's that? The whale and the god. What does this add? Dark water. Nothing? Yeah, I'm having some stuttering problems here. I'm gonna restart 4 CP still. What this?
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's
Yeah, some
diary.
rendering problems. See that? In Wickwood's community, his wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having. Since her arrival on the island, some members of the community, her husband included, begin to speak of the vision of a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate of the lost tribe. Key to Sander's gallery. Oh. Dissertation on anatomical question. Work of student book in book form. Although observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of experienced physicians. However, the question asks allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Medical. Nice.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
You think she's part of the cult? Stepping on toes. What's up, Maven? I need to restart this game. Or restart my computer. It's all fucked up right now. Look at, I'm like stuck right now.
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
I found this drawing of a dagger. Did you come across anything like it in your reading?
Perhaps. I saw several daggers in the ledgers. I could always check. What I didn't find, however, was the slightest reason why I should help you, detective.
I don't need your services. I can manage all on my own, thanks.
Do it then. Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking
Should I
over
read
my
the book?
shoulder.
Read the book. Read the book, don't read. No. Knowing too much is dangerous. Knowing too much is dangerous. But I want to know. I want it. But I want it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. It's kind of a encyclopedia of monstrous unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Uh-oh. That means monsters will come real. Malice Bestiarum. Oh fuck. I fucked up. Monsters are real. I fucked up.
Go take a hike, detective.
I fucked up bad, guys. Can I open other doors with this key or no? Nope. Just that one. What if I can get into the gallery? Like, what would I do then? Just fuck off, I guess? If I couldn't open the box with my strength? Oh, damn. Okay, game saved. So, I'm gonna restart real quick. Because this game is... Okay, let me restart real quick, and I'm gonna restart.